Hemming Hugh. Current situation. By the way, Olympian. Fun fact. That's right. Look at that. All right. 500 people in the free community, 6 paid. Okay, got it. Been regularly posting YouTube, blah, blah, blah. A lot of goodwill. Okay, cool. 2x Olympian. Yep. Desired situation, 10K a month. Cool. Problem, knowing what things should be free, what things should be paid. Okay, cool. Sweet, easy one. So everyone, you can pay attention to Hemming here because he's already demonstrated that he's good at ping pong. So this makes the rest of this easy. So Hemming, what you want to do is you want to provide generic advice on things that will make them better. If you want to have your paid community, you want it to be specific advice. So you want to watch people who send you videos and you give them form corrections, and then you give them customized instructions on what things you want them to practice. So think about it like this. There's probably like 20 drills that you used to do to improve your ping pong game. So the 20 drills are things that you could teach the generic group, right? That's just valuable, cool stuff. If you want to get someone to improve their game, then you're going to review their stuff and tell them which ones they need to focus on and prescribe what drills they should do and in what way and at what frequency. Hemming, I am rooting for you. I do think that you need to make sure, we had this covered last time, but you're an Olympian. So you want to make sure that the pricing for the expensive thing matches. Like if you charge like $100 for your personalized stuff, you need to like, it's like I'd almost rather you just have free and like way more expensive. So I think you're underpriced. So I think this thing, the 47 needs to be like $299 to like $599 a month, somewhere in there. And just looking for people who want to like really get personalized attention. I mean, maybe it's $199. You know what I mean? Like I'm throwing out numbers here, but I think $200 a month, and you can give them a video feedback per month with like real, like what they actually need to do. I think that would be a really cool, simple business. And I'm pricing it at $200 a month. I'll tell you why. Pricing it there because that's the amount that most people spend on kind of recreational fitness. And so if you look at CrossFits, you look at boot camps, people pay about $200 a month. And the person who's playing ping pong a little bit more seriously is probably willing to commit about that amount of money. Now, long term, you want to fill up your roster and then increase your price.
Would you give the same advice to Tom Aspinall? Because I know his community is similarly priced and he has similar credibility.
Yeah, I know. The thing with Aspinall, I mean, he's gone up, which is cool. But the thing with his group is it has to be more, I think it has to have more deliverable. Like either it's BTS, which is behind the scenes for everybody at home. I think there's some value in that, but I think for everybody here, like I'm going to go on a limb and say probably some strong statements I may regret later, but educators have significantly more profitable ways to monetize their audience than entertainers. And so hear me out on this. If you're a fighter or you're a singer or you're a football player, right? You, believe it or not, are an entertainer. And I don't mean that again as a slight. I say that in earnest. And so if you want to have a community, you either have to pick this as an approximation of entertainment, which is like the production value and how easy it is and convenient for them to consume. Those all become very important things for the entertainment to be indeed entertaining. So you need to become a master creator of content. If you want to teach education, then you have a lot more liberty in terms of the quality and the production, so the production quality, but you then have to get closer to actually teaching something. So I'll give you a perfect example. So think about Tony Hawk, right? So Tony Hawk is somebody who's a great skateboarder, right? And he's got a legendary, name behind that. If he said behind the scenes of Tony Hawk's life, he's going to really only capture people who are super fans and just like want to know or get closer to him, right? On the other hand, if he taught his system for your first ollie in 30 days or your first kickflip in 6 weeks or whatever, right? He's actually teaching a skill. And so if Taylor Swift wanted to get into education, she could either teach personal branding, she could teach how to negotiate album stuff, she could teach how to sing or how to perform. Like there's a lot of skills that they have they could teach, but it's not something that you typically expect from a Taylor Swift. But that community would be likely you could charge a much higher premium for the skill that's being taught. And so you have to be very clear up front. Am I an entertainer or am I an educator? And if I am an educator, what skill am I teaching them in what timeline? So TJ Koppel, what about smaller artists and entertainers? Is that a lack of credibility? Yes and no. If you want to teach, the thing is if you're, let's say you're a C tier comic, right? You can teach everyone who's worse than you. And I would be upfront about it. Be like, I teach the fundamentals of comedy. And a lot of people might find that interesting. And it's like, hey, be more interesting at social engagements. Get more career advancement because people find you funny. And maybe learn to do gigs on the side. But the other two benefits would probably apply to a lot more people. But again, you're teaching the education, not doing behind the scenes of your shows where you tell jokes. That's the big difference. Are we distracting them or do we want them to change their behavior? If we want to change the behavior, we have to be clear about what the behavior is and on what timeline. And if we're distracting them, the point of the content is to get people to watch it. That's all it is. That's the point of entertainment.
Listen, if we get 1 out of 2 paid communities to make money, most people don't have organic audiences. So we had to figure it out or no one would stay on Skool, but we have. And that's why we have tens of thousands of groups on Skool right now. And as much as I'd like to think people love me, people stay because they make money. And we'll show you exactly how they did it. And also, just to make sure you don't get stuck on any step, I answer questions every single week. And so now's the best time to get started. So if that sounds at all interesting, the best part is you can start a community of your own absolutely free. Worst case, start for free, you decide to quit, and then you can take all the training that other people charge thousands of dollars for with you for free. Best case, you take a zero risk move and build an online business that could change your life forever. And to be clear, I'm not asking you to decide yes or no today. I'm asking you to make an informed decision. That's it. And the only way you can do that is on the inside, not on the outside. So get inside and see if everything that we say is true and valuable to you. And if you get in and decide it's not for you, no sweat. But you can't truly make an informed decision right now for the same reason you don't buy a house without looking inside of it first, or test drive a car before buying it. So this is a guaranteed risk-free test drive. And the only reason you can make an offer that strong is because you're confident that what you have is the real deal. And I'm fairly confident that when you sign up by hitting the button below, you're getting exactly what you need to start your online business. So you might as well give it a shot. The only other guarantee is that if you don't take this shot, you'll stay right where you are right now. But if you take action, you could be the next one coming out to Vegas celebrating how quickly you built an online business with consistent monthly recurring revenue and driving away in a Cybertruck or with 100 grand in cash in your pocket. Pretty neat. So click the button below, join us in the Skool Games. I take calls every Monday, hop on and be sure to let me know you're new. I'll see you on the other side.